Okay, we're going to talk about jumping. It's the #1 behavior most parents don't want. And it's one of the behaviors that we actually reward and don't realize it. When we get that puppy and they're just a little puppy and they're only 6, 8 weeks old, even though they're going to grow into a big Great Dane possibly, we reward them by jumping when we bend down, start petting them. Hi! And they jump up and we start petting. Right there, we just rewarded. Jumping's normal, dog in the dog world. Dog to dog, they would jump except on the pack leaders and the elders. So, the first thing we're going to focus on is the body language of the humans, not the dog. Second thing is being, again, clear, consistent, and calm when training. So when you work with jumping, the very first thing is getting all your actors, which is the staged environment, knowing exactly what the first thing they must do. Now, we have to have this one on a leash for the video training. But what you want to remember is when you enter a room and everyone greets your dog, you must teach them to keep their eyes above the dog, to greet very calm, so very quiet and calm, not to walk over and say, hi, hello, hello, reward, and then think that the dog should know not to jump, because remember, jumping is normal in the dog world. They would only not jump on who? The pack leader and the elders, because their body language will teach them it's unacceptable. If children are involved, even from 5 years old and up, what I'm getting ready to teach you, you work with them. We play Simon Says on it, but it's very easy. The first thing is I'm going to teach you, and I have to kind of do the wrong thing with excitement to get the doggy to jump on me. Then I'm going to show you the body language is what we're focusing on. Hi, hi. So you turn your back, shut your body down. It's called body shutdown. Good. All 4 paws are on the ground, so you want to reward that. Now, when I have visitors in, I make sure that my dog is on a collar and on the leash. They're already educated before they come in. You see that I have my treat pouch and treats ready to go. I could have treats at the door waiting for them. Again, any behavior that's rewarded with a treat is going to increase that behavior. If somebody pets the dog instead as a reward, the problem with that is the dog could already be on its way up and now I'm petting them. So I've got to make sure I'm really clear on my training. Remember the 3 C's on this. So we're going to stage the environment. So I'll set it up, turn my back, wait a second. Good. Now this may take 10 or 5 or 3 repetitions. It really depends on the dog and how quick they learn. It definitely will take weeks because just like a toddler, they take many, many repetitions. And again, how long do we actually allow a toddler to learn something, a language especially? We give them a day, 2 days, or a few years. How long do we give dogs? Usually, if they're lucky, a week. So that's why you must realize that all humans coming in have to already be prepped. Good. I like this behavior. It's 4 paws on the ground. I don't expect to sit at this point. This is a beginning dog. It's not an advanced dog. And then that would set us up for more failure if I want to focus on sit. All I want is a 4 paws on the ground. Now, if up to this point you've actually had a dog who's been jumping and you're petting them and you're now changing your response, I'm going to go back to a very quick note that I talk about in the Behavioral Psychology 101. It's that when we were little, we were taught to go up to a pop machine, put the money in, hit a button, and wait for the reward. What happens when the pop doesn't come out? What happens with our behavior? It increases, right? We end up pushing those buttons harder and harder. And some of us, depending on our personality, will either shake it, kick it, and then what happens when that pop comes out is what behavior was last given is the one that was rewarded. So the next time somebody goes to a pop machine, they may go right back to that old behavior that worked. The other important thing here is if we went to 10 pop machines and none of them delivered, then eventually that behavior pushing the buttons would be faded out and we no longer would bother. But if out of 10 pop machines we got 1 pop machine that gave us a reward, we continue that behavior. So when we go to train in anything we're training, we have to think on those terms. What are we rewarding and what are we ignoring? Now, if I have a dog such as right now, I've got a lot of barking going on who this puppy is obviously used to barking to get attention. In filming, it doesn't make it easy. But what's important here is I do want quietness. So I'd be rewarding that. So you'll see me do that a little bit as we go into this training session. All right. So again, I'm going to stage this up. Now this is, if this doggy, like I was saying before I went through the pop machine example, is used to jumping on you, and all of a sudden I've changed my behavior, I'm not delivering anymore, I want to realize that I will get increased behavior, such as jumping up and pulling on my pants, jumping up more, the jumping increases. So it may take me a week before things begin to change, of staging this environment, meaning I've got to make sure that all the people are repeating. Turn my back, get 4 paws on the ground. I've got the doggy on a leash, good. Now I'm going to keep doing this until this does not. And when I turn my back, remember, dogs turn their back and walk away when they don't like something. It's called a body shutdown. Good. Now we may be making a little headway. Good. Hi. So I bump up the distractions. Hi. Good. I don't say the puppy's name. I don't say come because that would be confusing. Now let's say again, if I have a puppy who's used to some family history about being petted and they start pulling on my pants, that would be an interruption tool. It would be me turning my back, pairing the word off, marking the behavior I like, good, good, off, and rewarding. I could use the squirt gun and still turn my back because what is body language saying when I turn my back? I don't like what you're doing in dog language. Dogs get up and walk away. They turn their back and shut down. The elders would enter in an environment like this very calm and quiet. That's why you have everybody not looking at the puppy, to make training successful.